the rapture. These are 4 visions that are connected into one. Okay? The rapture of the church. Pay attention. I'm going to read it as I saw it. So pay attention. Right? I was taken to a place where, as I rose and looked about, there appeared to be very few people around. I searched the streets and the shops, and some people were still selling goods and buying. But there was a spontaneous decrease of the number of people on earth. I was made to enter some houses, and in some, an entire family was gone, and in another, only some members. And in others, well, the entire family was around. I can almost feel the void that was everywhere on earth. I knew the meaning even as I was in the vision, but the one who carried me never spoke a word. That vision is just finishing. I'm still there. I appear in another place, vision 2. I didn't take the first message with the intended seriousness with which it deserved. I was made to appear some time from now, but very soon. And I was made to look upward, and I saw as it were a dove, so pure, white, and glowing. The dove began to ascend into the heavens. And I heard a voice speak, but this voice spoke not to the human ear, but I heard him from an inner being in me and said, "Tell them, everyone without the dove in them will not ascend when the dove returns to me." I knew exactly what he meant. Before I responded, I was in another place. This one was more intense than the first. I was carried this time more violently into a place. I walked along this road, and as I was walking along this road, I heard a north wind. So I turned, and it looked like the wind was coming from North America. Now, it's coming from North America, not necessarily that it's physical, but because of the title North America, for me to recognize that it's a north wind. Okay? It resembled a whirlwind, but the size thereof cannot be perceived. I heard the wind, but the distance between where I stood and where the wind was almost a continent apart. So I'm standing in Africa, looking at the wind coming from North America. I could hear it. Imagine a wind coming from North America to Africa to where I was, right? The north wind moved so fast that I ran and hid in a house in some location. In that house, as it were, I could see what was happening outside the house. Young kids played as if to say they had no idea of the impending doom. I wanted to help them, but I was only allowed to speak to them as I was in the house and not out of it. And I was made to understand the third vision. I'm just trying to understand it. I'm in a fourth vision. Pay attention. I was in a room, in my room on a phone call, building the faith of a person that I had called, when in a split second, I appeared and was carried outside the house and looked up and saw, as it were, a white horse and clouds around him. It's almost as if his white horse was so different and pure. I don't know how, but somehow you could tell the white was very different from the white we have seen on earth. The distance between where I stood and the horse was so far in measure. In measure, I would put the yardstick between the earth and the sun. Now, how you know certain things in visions is madness. The distance that from where I was to where the white horse was in the sky was the same distance between the earth and the sun. Don't ask me how I knew that. Okay? While I wanted to discern this great sight, I saw a being that sat on the horse, clothed with white apparel down to his feet. The light that came from his face and behind him and behind his head was almost likened to earthly gold, Gold, but at the same time, it looked like the color of the sun in a more golden vision. The sun is orange, okay? But the light that was coming, it was light mixed with, you know the fire is? Yes, that golden brown, but gold mixed with light. That's the best way I can explain to you. And he said to me so clearly, Israel, tell my people I'm coming soon.